talking poultry when I say this chicken's fried. Y'all already know what time it is. I got the black V-neck on. What is going on, y'all? Welcome to another Kinga Reads video. As you all can tell, I'm in a very silly mood. So you know that means that it's going to be an extraordinary Kinga Reads video, girl. Last week's video wasn't all of that, girl. I feel like y'all liked it. Y'all only give me the reviews, but girl, I know it wasn't really that much to talk about. But today, we got stuff going on with Ari and what's that girl name? Alexis Sky, girl. Then you got Sky Jackson getting into a bad baby. Girl things. Harvey Weinstein is about to go to jail. Will he go to jail? Will the rich ever pay for their crimes? We'll find out on the next episode of Dragging the Rich, okay, and the Shameless. But yes, before we get into all of these things, I want to go ahead and do a mental check-in. Y'all know how I go. How I'm feeling. I'm feeling a little bit nervous. Like, I'm a mixture between nervous and excited and anxious. My flight from Atlanta leaves at like 7:20 to LA, and I already told y'all I'll be in LA for a couple of days. The fabulous people over at YouTube Black who work with the creators, the Black creators and stuff, have invited me to a YouTube Black dinner. And I will be going and participating in that. I really appreciate it. I'm excited. I will be taking pictures. I will be trying to vlog. Y'all know I hate vlogging, but I'm going to do it. I hate vlogging, but I'm going to do it for y'all. And this is for y'all. Me going to LA is really for you all. It's not me, you know, all that networking and all that other stuff. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, oh well. But it's just for me to show the fans and the supporters and stuff that, hey, Justin is very much here, relevant, and steady growing. And that's thanks to you all. So I'm just like, girl, let me go in here and do this and take a picture with y'all faves and show y'all what the tea is or whatever. So excited about that. But this will be my first solo trip in a long time. This is my first solo trip, so girl, a lot on my mind, like, but I'm a grown man, I'll be alright. But with that being said, I'm feeling good, so just, you know, I'll be leaving on the flight, so make sure you're paying attention to me on Instagram, as well as I will be talking about a lot of things on the Rizzle app, formerly Rumble. For those who don't know, I'm in a partnership with them, Rizzle. Shout out to Rizzle. And I will be posting some content and my thoughts about some things that's been going on. I've already been doing that, and you can sponsor me. There are links below and information for you to sponsor me. It's an app, it's a video streaming app, and I actually like it. I've been posting a couple of things and stuff and talking about things and engaging with other folks, so you need to download it. The link is in the description. I will also put it in the top comments for you to check it out, and use the code so you can sponsor some of my stuff. And you know, just sponsor me and love on me and all that. But with that being said, let's go ahead and get into the tea for today. But let's go ahead and get into the tea for today. This whole Ari and Alexis Sky beef makes absolutely no sense to me. I was so confused because when I first found out, I thought y'all was talking about Ari Lennox. I thought Ari Lennox was into Alexis Sky, and I was just like, girl, what? So apparently Ari Lennox and Alexis Sky got into it this weekend. Apparently, I think it was Alexis Sky that said, girl, I'm the one that started the club promotion stuff, on like me being in the club and being posted up or whatever. And I think that she was speaking from being the Instagram famous person and getting attention from that, and you know, making money off of that. So I'm thinking that's what she's talking about, because people have been paying folks to make club appearances for the longest. That is some real old stuff. But I think she was talking about from that like Instagram social whatever thing. Somebody was like, why is that important? Why is that da-da-da? Y'all know how that goes. When folks want to talk about the queen of rap, the king of New York, the best R&B, like all of that, like king of R&B, all of these things. It's just really like some social stuff that we come up with. Like, I'm a king of this, I'm a king of reads, like stuff like that. But that stuff ain't trademark. Okay, but that's what it was. So Miss Ari said, girl, honey. Not you, girl. So she was talking trash about her and saying that she was irrelevant, ain't nobody interested in you, and girl, they was going off at each other. And when they started comparing outfits, there were a lot of outfits that Ari had and Alexis Sky had on the same stuff, like the same exact outfits. But I ain't gonna lie, Alexis Sky was like, she was killing it. Like every outfit she had that what's her name had, she was killing it. It was just, she looked good. And I don't know, girl. It's just some silly stuff. I know the Shade Room was working on overtime, taking screenshots and posting it because they were all firing off and it was just all going on this weekend. And I was just like, can y'all shut up? It's too much. It's too much. And it was just, was it that necessary to do all of that? But girl, we love to see stuff like this so we can take it off of what we got going on. We love a little entertainment. She gave us some entertainment. So it's an entertainment, so we love that for them. Also on entertainment, child, I'm gonna briefly touch on the whole Red Table Talk because I'm gonna do a whole video about it as well today. But you all know Snoop Dogg is headed to Red Table Talk and the episode will premiere Wednesday, sometime Wednesday on Facebook. I'm doing a whole video of what I think the Red Table Talk is going to offer with that, and is Red Table Talk even necessary at this point? Girl, I got a lot of things to say about it, and I ain't got enough time to talk about it in this video, but like at this point, I'm just kind of a little bit tired of Jada doing this calling stuff with these toxic men that be on there. I just don't feel like there'll be a strong accountability. It's very much kumbaya, this and that, and then these folks go back to being like trash. It's very confusing to me, and I'm just not a fan of it. I just really don't like it at all. But I will be offering my whole thoughts about it later on, so make sure you check that out. Moving on, girl, Miss Harvey Weinstein, girl. Since we talking about, you know, protecting black men and their legacies and stuff, and, you know, such and such got away with it, let's talk about Harvey Weinstein because, yeah, I don't know what excuse y'all gonna use because, girl, it's almost over for him. So Harvey Weinstein was found guilty of a criminal sex act for assaulting production assistant Mimi Haley, I think that's her last name, at his apartment in 2006 and third-degree rape of a woman in 2013. The jury found him not guilty on the most serious charge, predatory sexual assault, which could have resulted in a life sentence. He was ordered to jail by the judge immediately after conviction. Now, Harvey Weinstein, his lawyers are saying, girl, that he is hurt and he don't know how he gonna make it because his health is not the best, and how is he gonna live behind bars? Girl, these rich folks be so scared of actually paying the price for the harm that they have caused. Like, it's over with for him. He's going to do some time. I mean, I don't think it's going to be long, but the very thought of him going to jail and being, you know, in there for the stuff that he's done is quite interesting. Now, I'm not sure how long the sentence was. I haven't seen any information on there. I'm not seeing it right now how long he would be in there, but girl, you can tell sis is shook. Like, getting the ambulance to pick her up and talking about her health. You wasn't concerned about the mental health of these women who you were harassing, when multiple women have accused you of stuff. And I was actually, let me tell y'all something, because girl, I'm gonna get into it now. I'm gonna get into it. I'm just, you know, engaging and seeing certain people have conversations about these things, and I need people to understand rape culture. Because you can't be out here speaking on rape culture and all of these things on an enormous platform, and then you don't know what you're talking about, and it's just very disappointing. People were using Kathy Bates' response of what she said. Kathy Bates said, "Well, back in my day, you went in a production assistant or a producer's room, you knew what was going on." Like, I just don't understand how y'all have all this education and yet still don't understand basic stuff. Maybe if y'all listen to women first, then you'll be able to grasp some type of knowledge on the situation and what's going on. Yes, some women probably knew what the deal was going into certain rooms and sleeping with certain men in power. But why are women doing that? Why? Do you think there's some correlation between that and women not being paid the same amount of money or having the same opportunities as men? Do you think that has something to do with it? Like, women had to use what they had to get where they were trying to get to. And even if I go in a room with somebody, even if I get in the bed, when the first time I say no, you should stop. You don't have any agency on my body. And you need to learn and understand the different versions of rape, okay? Because people coerce people all the time. I hate saying the words, I always mess it up. But people do that all the time. Like, girl, I ain't gonna do too much. But people do that. They use influence and power to make people do things. And who are one of the people in power? White men. So yes, some folks might have went in the room and did this type of stuff, but like the power these folks have, like they have the power to control someone's career or dismiss their career. Like, that is what you call, that is a version of like, that's power dynamics. And y'all need to understand that. Y'all can't be out here speaking on stuff and then you not understanding what you're talking about, because now you have all these people listening to you and now they're confused and don't understand rape culture. Like, this is bigger than just talking about pop culture stuff. This is bigger than just giving an opinion on stuff. It's getting a formulated opinion that's something you have thought about, nothing because you're looking at the headlines and now you want to talk about it. Y'all can't be doing that. Y'all doing a disservice and I'm tired of seeing it. It's the same thing with the whole Zaya Wade stuff. Folks was out here just saying whatever to get attention and clickbait, and it was just disgusting. That's probably why I took a break, because I wanted to end a lot of folks the last 2 weeks doing that whole discussion, to the point that I've done a video about it and I have not edited and posted, because I'm just like, I don't want to have to deal with the negative comments that are coming. I just don't have it, and y'all ain't finna take me out here with that mess. But Harvey Weinstein is gone. He's gone. I don't care about that man's health. He will be okay. He's been rich, wealthy for a minute. He's had a decent life. He's been rich more than majority of his life, girl. You should have been thinking about that when you was out here causing harm to women and other folks, okay? So moving on swiftly and professionally. So I did not watch the full tribute for Kobe Bryant and his daughter. I did not watch that. The thing I did see Beyonce's performance. She performed EXO. She changed the lyrics up on EXO because you all know that EXO actually kind of is like a little bit of a trash song for that situation, because the beginning of EXO is actually an excerpt for the Challenger blowing up, and what is it, like 1986, the NASA situation. I don't know where they was headed. I can't remember exactly what they said, but the person who was describing the situation, describing that the thing blew up. So they didn't know they didn't play that, because I was like, girl, no. And then she changed up, instead of crash, then she said laughing to you or something. So that was very smart on Beyonce's team to make sure that, hey, let's make sure that we are doing, like, we being socially aware of what's going on, because we don't want this to be triggering to some folks or whatever. We just don't want no type of backlash for it. Period. She performed that. Halo. I love Halo. I think Halo is one of my favorite Beyonce songs. Slow songs. It's such a beautiful song. I love it. It does something to me. I love that album. That album speaks to me. I just love it. I might go ahead and get to this stuff before I get on this plane. But I love that. And the reason why I did not watch the tribute, I'm gonna be honest, this is kind of like me really being honest. And some people might feel some type of way. I don't like seeing stuff like that. I don't see the purpose of, I don't feel comfortable watching a mother grieve her husband and her daughter, her very young daughter, on TV. I don't like memorial services like that sometimes. I don't like that. And sometimes some of the stuff comes off like, let's do this to make money off of it. And not saying that Vanessa and her people have something to do with it, but like, are we really taking into account of the people who are like Vanessa? Like, it's not been that long. I can't imagine. I'm just letting y'all know, like, if my mother and father was to pass before me, I'm not gonna be right for a minute to be able to produce any content. I'm not gonna be able to do anything. I'm gonna tell y'all, hey, this is what it is. But I don't know. It's just, why do we want to see stuff like that? And I know it's like, oh, it makes us feel good and da da da. But does it make us feel good to be grieving and to be sad in that space and enjoying music? I don't know. Y'all let me know how you feel about it. I'm just saying I just was not interested in watching it in this full. Like, all these people boo-hooing and crying. It was the same thing when they put the cameras in folks' face when Kobe Bryant, when the basketball players first got the news. It's just too much, and I just don't like it. And it seemed like some photographers were really, really upset at Beyonce's team, because Beyonce's team said that she did not want any cameras on her, any still pictures on her at all during her performance. Yes, the cameras on her filming her, but the photographers were not allowed to take any still shots of her at all. And I honestly do not blame Beyonce, because Beyonce could have been in a moment where she was crying. She could have been touched. She could have started, crying a little bit. and she could have been, something could have happened, because I think there was one moment when she, caressed Vanessa and she hugged her and stuff. And it's just, I can see folks saying, no girl, no, you're not gonna have no picture of that. Like, this is an intimate moment. Even though I'm doing this performance and stuff, I'm not going to be, y'all not gonna be able to profit off of me tearing. And I hoping that's where her team was coming from, and I'm thinking that where it was. But girl, it's just like, no still shots. Y'all can do video, that's already too much, but no, all of that. Girl, I'm just confused. But I want to know how y'all felt about the whole thing when it comes to that. I'm actually doing a video discussing death in its entirety, and how we react to it and how we, feel afterwards, because it's been a recent events that's been going on social media, on Twitter, that has made me like really think about some stuff. So I will be discussing that later on. I think that, people who want to watch it, probably needed it a little bit, but I'm just like questioning why. Why do we need to see people boo-hoo and cry for stuff like that? So before we end this video, I do want to very quickly discuss Boosie and his recent events. I love when Boosie was out here talking about, wearing Kappa shirts. I enjoyed him doing all of that, but now him offering his feelings and how he feel about gender reassignment, and nobody's even discussing gender reassignment when it comes to Zaya Wade. And even if they did, that is their business. Even at 12 years old, they decide to do that. That is their body. They can do whatever they want to. It's so interesting how we think that children don't have the mental whatever, or people cannot do this with their kids when it comes to something that we don't agree with, but we never check it when it's something that we think is okay. Like, you have to play that both sides type of situation if you really want to understand some stuff. But you have to be careful doing that in certain situations. Zaya Wade can do whatever she wants to do with her body at whatever age. And we just stop trying to feel like, oh, outside influences has something to do with this and that. No. And Boosie is not anyone's parent to be discussing anything. There's a video of Boosie talking about his son's friend lips, and his son's friend was a minor. Just really going in and talking about how sexy his lips was, and how they curve, and how they plump and juicy.
I'm gonna teach your friend how to eat. He gotta get out of. He gotta give me about 8 more months, man. I'm gonna teach him about 9 more months, man. Wait till he get in 11th grade or something, dog. For real, man. He don't need to be munching yet, man. For real, that boy got a nice set of lips on too. Boy, you got a nice pair on you, boy.
Like, this is Boosie doing that. This is y'all fave out here saying that. This is also the same person who said that he gonna have to give his son, find a woman to be able to give his son some cootie cat because it's like a coming of age thing. Like, this is the same person who is basically going to get some woman to rape his son. That is the conversation. That is Boosie. I'm not interested. I'm glad that Planet Fitness told him, girl, we don't want you to come in here no more. He was doing that whole rant video and said, man, that's a child, that's a child. You just don't like the situation. And it's always, can't nobody tell me how to raise my kids. Then everybody and their mama on social media talking about how somebody else need to raise their children, and not taking into account that maybe the child actually wants to do this. And I will tell you, girl, when I was a toddler, I knew that the stuff that's been taught to me, heterosexuality, was not something I was interested in. I had no attraction, no sexual attraction to women, to no girls at all. I pretended for most of my life so people can leave me the hell alone. But I knew very early, on an early age, that I was attracted to boys. And I did not understand why, because I did not have the language. I love how George Johnson loved them, how they discuss that these new generation have the language to be able to discuss gender, sexuality, and gender identity, and how they express whatever. I love that George brought it up, because I did not have the language to discuss what it was, because I didn't know what it was that I had, but I knew I was different, and I knew I wasn't comfortable. So before you hop into the conversation and saying that the child is not old enough and they don't understand, you need to do some research and some reading, because there's been plenty of cases and plenty of studies that say kids do understand at a very early age, and that we are putting them in a box. we are making them identify as something that they don't want to identify as. And you need to understand that. Even when it comes to religion, are you giving your child an opportunity to decide that Christianity is the religion that they want or they need? Or are you just teaching them because that's what you were taught? See, that's the big question. That's the big question. But with that being said, I'm not interested in hearing no Boosie discuss gender expression, gender, sexuality. I'm not interested in hearing him talk about any of that because he's not read on it. He's not listening to people who've experienced it. And it doesn't matter how many times folks from the LGBTQ plus community discuss how they felt and da-da-da. It's just like y'all dismiss it and y'all saying, well, no, that ain't right. But a person just told you that at 2 years old, they knew they did not have the attraction to the opposite, quote unquote, sex. Make it make sense. Let's talk about it. Let's get into it. But with that being said, I want to thank you all so much for checking out my video, girl. I know I got a little spicy and talked about some things, but I love it. I love having conversation with you all. But make sure you keep those comments good, because girl, let me tell you something. I don't tolerate transphobia on this platform. You will be blocked, reported, and deleted. You will never be able to comment on a video ever again, because that's something I don't. Check your privilege, check your conversation before you start saying, yeah, you don't know. Check yourself before you start, because I don't mind blocking. I don't mind cleaning up my community, because we're going to make it safe. And you can say what you want to. You can go find some other, there's plenty other transphobic YouTubers you can watch. The King of Reads is not one of them. But that's all I got. Tell me what y'all thought about all the topics, and make sure you're curving your tongue when you talk about specific stuff, because I love to block a bitch. Until next time, I'll talk y'all later on tonight.